Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Dungeon Master tonight, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Carl Sargent's classic Night Below, a mega adventure. Everyone have a drink, especially Dave and his jacked Slurpee. And we are currently playing this campaign with, at the time of recording, the most recent version of Dungeons & Dragons. That's D&D 5th edition. And with me tonight are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got our resident armor smith and Slurpee aficionado, Dave.
Well, I am from Winnipeg, which is, Slurpee capital of Canada. So that makes sense, I guess. I am playing Alisha Taliesin. She is still 8th level human paladin of St. Cuthbert. And during the combats, I'll be, helping with Legacy.
Very nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Kalador. He is the elven fighter rogue and former dancer. He still likes to remind people once in a while.
He's a private dancer.
And last, but certainly not least, is Andrew.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. And I'm playing Shuktu Gemfinder, a Deep Gnome Ranger.
Very nice. Now, guys, last session was a heck of a scrap. What happened last time?
We met some of Legacy's friends, or former friends.
Nope.
Yeah. So after busting into the bottom level of the fort, we were assaulted by, I lost count, but like waves of orcs, what's it called? There were wild orcs, and then there were also some shamans in there too.
Yep.
I think at least 2 dozen, and very narrowly, like it was very close. Shale went down twice.
Yep.
And like, were it not for a very generous policy of being able to share meta currency, would no longer be with us anymore. So Shale died almost. So narrowly surviving that and trying to heal a little bit, we have been following Legacy through the rest of this passage. Some of us cursing that Shale had lived, if he's gonna still be so damn loud. But no, he got quiet. We got lucky there. And we are about to enter into the passage, the corridor that Legacy indicates houses or is the place in which God, forgive me, I forget the name or the but basically the spectral guardian of Alicia's order is in here and has been slaughtering orcs left, right, and center. And we're about to go check that out, because that seems like a good idea. And I'm sure it's not dangerous at all.
Well, and let's see where everyone sits as far as their resources are concerned. I think, how are we doing for your class resources, guys?
Okay. I have 2 superiority dice and no action surges left.
Yeah.
For me.
I think the healers were through a lot of their healing spells.
Yeah, I have. That is true. I have 2 level 1 slots left. So essentially, I have 2 castings of Cure Wounds at level 1. Or I have a single level 3 spell slot left. So I can do Cure Wounds 3 times at 2 different levels. And I have 2 potions of healing. So in terms of healing, that is what we have.
Mm-hmm. And Alisha?
Alisha has 1 level 1 slot, 1 channel divinity. She's used up all her commanding rallies, and I think that's it for expendable usage things.
Well, we know that... Oh, wrong button. We know that in here there are... there's a large group of orcs, because you can hear them. They seem to have not heard the detonation of the fireball that the other orcs did, but you know that there are more.
I can't see anything, Kev, except Legazi and Alicia's character tokens.
Hold on here. That might be... I think you had this issue. Can the rest of you guys see?
I can see the map, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I can
we've had this before, Dave. You might need to refresh your browser, because remember you had that issue before.
Okay.
Let me make sure you guys are... Yeah, because nothing's been changed about your...
Okay, I will refresh the browser and see what that helps.
Let's see here. Oh, you know what? No, Dave, you know what? You can ignore me. The reason is because Chael's gone, and Chael was the one who was carrying the light.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a human.
Amazing.
That's why you can't see shit.
That's why you can't see anything. I'm putting light on
Amazing.
yourself now. So let's see here. There you go, Alisha. Now you can see.
Did she have a light source?
I do not know. Do you have a torch?
I'm just gonna get my character sheet open
Oh, you need to
here.
mute yourself in Roll20, I think, again, Dave.
Yep.
There you go. Perfect.
Just waiting for character sheets and stuff to
Sure.
load.
I've also lost your camera again, Dave. Sorry. I only have Jeff right now. And I lost Andrew because I hit reconnect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Hold on. I will refresh too. Damn it! Just as I had like adjusted the,
I got Dave.
popped out and adjusted the window for my character sheet too.
Sorry. Okay, I got everyone now. I think we can assume you have one, or if not, someone else in the party can loan you one.
Yeah.
So you'll have a torch in your one hand. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone else can cast the light spell here.
You know what? I think I've got. Maybe that's Shara. Let me just double check here.
Oh.
I'm getting confused with all my female characters. One of them's got an ever-burning torch.
That is Shara.
That is Shara.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should be able to see now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. No. Can you shift ping?
Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, sorry. There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good.
So just to
open up
back
the
you
wall.
up, Dave, so you can see, this is where you were. Down that corridor, and you just begun to make your way down this narrow passageway that had been sealed off with those portcullis, or with that portcullis that you guys
And
had.
the orcs were in this room or something.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, then,
But yeah, we don't know what the Spectral Guardian is as far as religion. Legazi just said it slew a whole pile of orcs.
I thought there was some connection to your holy, like the symbol you wear on your shield.
Yeah, she said that the Spectral Guardian is the same. That's why she thought you would come to see it.
Okay, I must have missed that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay. Then, what do you wish to do then, Alisha? There still is the sound of the orcs. There's at least 6 or 7 of them in that room that are making noise. You guys seem to have made your way silently here, or at least undetected to here. And as you even step in this first little bit of the corridor here, Alisha, you can feel the temperature drop. There is also orcish graffiti on the inside of here.
She goes
Legazi's going to
and-
hold back.
Is she? Okay, yeah. 'cause
She's
she
not
doesn't
going to
roll.
die. She knows how many orcs died down there. You go and speak to this spirit if you're intent on doing so. What are the rest of you guys going to do?
When you say it like that,
Come and stand, and like Kalador at least will come forward. It's down here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I will stay back a little, like let Alisha lead, but I'll be close by.
Okay. She'll get to there with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I'll hang back a little bit, and I'm going to be listening. I think actually, I'll be listening for any indication or sign that anyone from over here is catching wind of us doing stuff.
Okay. Just hold there, Dave. As you are making your way down, what you're finding is the graffiti from the orcs on the wall, the defacing of the interior here is getting less and less. It seems like there are less bold orcs who have gone down to mark these places. And you can see there's that chicane in the corridor up ahead, which is a word I absolutely fucking love and so rare to get to use. So what you can tell is that the unmarred surface of the walls in here, these are markings to St. Cuthbert. You have seen, you think back to your time in Threshold and some of the paladins, like the warrior monasteries where you were trained. These are the kinds of places where there would be this kind of devotion put to it. The craftsmanship here, too, is just incredible. You can give us a... you don't have training in any kind of like stoneworkers' tools or architects or engineers' tools, do you?
No. The closest maybe would be religion?
No,
if they're St. Cuthbert related?
I think this is more of a... Well, the religion one will be a little bit harder. If you have history, you can make that roll as well.
No.
Okay. Go ahead and give us a religion check. Please. 14. So there is something just a little unusual about the craft work in here. It is better, to be honest, than what you've seen even in some of the deepest reaches of the warrior monasteries in Threshold. But it's got a different character to it. You can't put your finger on it, but there's something different about the stonework in here.
Okay.
It is getting colder the deeper you are getting into here.
Interesting.
What would you like to do?
I think she's going to continue forward, but she's going to have divine sense kind of not readied, but she just knows that if she comes across any entity, she's going to use her divine sense to make sure she knows what it is.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not evil.
All right, so you get to there, and you can stop right there because you see something that may cause you to pause.
That on the ground? Or?
One of the things is that there appears to be a pile of at least maybe 10, maybe 20 assorted skeletons of orcs. Incredibly desiccated, and even at a glance you can see the shattered bones within there. Some of those ancient remnants of these now like completely desiccated or completely removed of flesh bodies. There are clear signs of broken skulls split with a blade, arms like femurs and radius bones completely severed. These orcs came to a violent end at the hands of some powerful warrior. But sitting, resting on a small pile of some kind You're not sure what they're sitting on. Is this? She is almost translucent. And as she approaches, her eyes come up and meet yours. And she says simply, "You will not pass."
Well, she didn't say you shall not pass, so this is a possibility. Okay.
If anything, speaking my words, it's trying to finagle the resolution out of clear, what do you call it? Clear instructions. Now, just to... There we go. So Alicia's going to hold up her holy symbol of Saint Cuthbert and draw on divine sense to see if she can help identify whatever this being is. This being is they are undead.
They are undead.
When she...
I think she'll, and is it registered as strong evil?
Nope.
No.
Powerful good.
Powerful good. I think, Alisha will bow her head and say, "Blessings of the cudgel to you. I am Alisha Taliesin, paladin of my lord Saint Cuthbert."
Would you give us a persuasion check, please, with advantage? At 20. So she looks, and there's it's strange from a ghost, but there's a twitch of emotion in her face, and she says, "Have you come to relieve me, sister?"
Oh.
I am on a very specific quest at this particular time. Perhaps you could tell me more about your situation, sister, and while I might not be here to relieve you, maybe there's some aid I might offer.
She nods. "I was charged to keep those from passing and reaching the Oath Keeper's shrine. I have kept the shrine and the cudgel safe."
No small task in these realms filled with vile creatures. She looks down at the ground. And servants of a necromancer.
She nods. "Indeed, ruin fell upon my master's house. And though I heard the screams and the sounds of my brethren falling, I did not yield, and I held my post. The Oath Keeper's shrine is untarnished and untouched by those blasphemous hands." And Alisha,
I commend you on your duty.
you need to make a roll. You can feel like you've been in sanctified areas before, too, and even this far out, where she seems to be standing, even that has a degree of sanctity to it that you have not felt in a really... You've been so soaked in omnipresent evil for so long, it's almost like you forgot what the light was like. And you could feel just the briefest of connections with it once again.
Do you know anything of the necromancer or his ilk in the places above in Palfrey's Keep?
She looks confused. I have kept my post. None have passed.
Correct. And as I said, commend you on your duty. I'll make short story of one that would otherwise be long. I'm traveling with a group who was sent by the Palfreys to recapture Broken Spire Keep and deliver it from the hands of evil that have taken over the upper level.
Her face kind of twitches at that, and she says, "That was my master's name." And you can see as she adjusts her armor, there is translucent as well. There is the sigil of the Palfrey house, in addition to the markings of one of St. Cuthbert upon her armor. You were sent by my master, and
the
you were
remains
sent
of the house.
by his house. And
The remains of his house live to the northeast.
she looks confused. Have you come to retake my master's home?
Indeed, that was the original plan.
Have you lost allies?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Her
And I have
shoulders slump
joined
just
up with others.
slightly. I know that pain.
There are great evils in the levels above. One spoken of as Palfrey's Doom, a demon, Glabrazu, I believe they called it, and a necromancer who prevents those from passing on to their rightful place in the nether regions.
You can see, again, from her expression, it's just not, what you're saying is just not registering. Give us an insight check, please. Wait, insight, is that a thing in this game?
Yeah, it is. I'm
Okay.
guessing. Yeah, I think I understand what might be happening. She's got a very specific cause, and
Yeah.
she's not really all there to.
Well, and the thing is, she's also not truly. This is not a person. This is a remnant of a person. So,
Yeah, so
in the
she's
same
only
way
got
that,
certain-
like, you know, spirits or ghouls or like specters or ghouls or whatnot are only like fragments of what was once a complete and intact soul. Similarly, she may very well be disconnected from, you know, she may not know how much time has passed. She may not know precisely, you know, who the master was. What she knows is limited to the task that she had and her understanding of why she was doing it, but she may not know the particulars. When you pointed out the Palfreys, that seemed to be what, like, oh yeah, that was my master's name. She didn't say it in the like, hey, we serve the same person. It's as if you reminded her of a memory that she had forgotten.
Right. I think Alicia's piecing that all together. She's like, this. She doesn't need to know. The ghost doesn't need to know all the details of what we're doing because it doesn't really matter to her. Would you let us rest in your presence safely? My companions and I?
Ooh.
Not all are devout to St. Cuthbert, but we mean no ill upon this place that you protect. And we wish to push further in and vanquish evil.
You would swear an oath to do so.
I would certainly.
She sighs. this place I knew it was important that the Oathkeeper shrine be maintained. My devotion would allow the devotion of a sister to reclaim the honor of my master and my order, and to avenge the doom that fell on us.
If you would grant that, I would go get my companions from down the hall, and we would at least sleep in the periphery of the chamber. We don't need to pass you. We don't need to go further.
Sister,
And
did you not say that you would swear an oath?
I will.
Oaths must be sworn at the Oathkeeper shrine.
Fair enough. I will warn that one that travels with us is new to our group.
Sister, when an Oathkeeper, when you have sworn an oath at the shrine, you keep your company.
Yeah. I think Alicia's just worried about Legazi. So
Well,
she's
what's he
going to go.
saying? If you swear at the Oathkeeper shrine, you will be an Oathkeeper and entitled to be here. Who you choose to bring with you, you will be no different than she who stands eternal watch here.
Yes, partly. Alisha partly doesn't want that responsibility too, because she sort of trusts Legazi, but at the same time, she's still an orc.
Well,
All right.
So the Shield Maiden begins, she stands and begins stepping towards the shrine and then looks back at you.
Alisha steps up. I just need to enter the room.
This way, sister. And she leads you down this corridor. And what you can see and hear, this is a nave. Like, this is a place that is sacred to the oath to St. Cuthbert. More so than others. There's even, like, there are relics from saints of St. Cuthbert and heroes and paladins who have served in past. And she leads you into this shrine here.
I think Alisha stops at the edge, and she maybe gets a little caught up in the reverence and forgets that she needs to keep walking forward.
Well, there is something that definitely would catch your eye. For one, there is the a statue that depicts a knight of St. Cuthbert and the sigil on the shield. But sitting in the altar before it, resting there, is perhaps the finest heavy mace that you have ever laid eyes upon.
Oh.
The perfect melding of function as an implement of horrific violence and a holy relic to connote the purpose behind such terrible acts. It sits there. And the Shield Maiden takes a step to the side and she says, "Sister, your weapon awaits. The oaths must be sworn." And you know you must go forward, pick up the cudgel, and there will be some oaths that you must pray upon.
Okay.
Tell us what you do.
Alisha steps forward. She probably she's not wearing, her armor, or even something that would be considered armor of her kind, but she'll like dust it off and set her shield down and her backpack and take the heavy mace in 2 hands and then kneel down and lay it across her knees and start to perform the prayers as needed.
Why don't you give us a religion check with advantage?
It's not a very good roll.
With advantage at 16.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. As you are focusing, tell us where your mind is going. I imagine you're trying to focus it on your memories, but now that you finally sit in this holy place once again, and you can feel not that you are not the single light in the darkness with your radiant, divine aura, where does Alicia's mind go?
I think it's to early time in Threshold. You know, maybe have just been sworn in as a paladin. One of those like vigil-like moments in the chapel, possibly overseen by, you know, an acolyte or two through the wee hours of the morning until she's, you know, officially a paladin. And there's just this kind of like the rest of the world and the weight of all the things that are going on kind of just drops away, and she feels at peace for the first time in months.
And that's where an unusual idea comes to you. An oath, your first of 3 oaths you will take. 1, would you tell us how you promise to fulfill, or sorry, how you you swear to fulfill a promise to an unlikely ally? And you need to, like, I'm not looking for you to determine who it is, just swear that that is the case. So what is
Okay, yeah. I, Alisha, Emily Tallison, pledge myself with all my essence and heart to fulfill a promise to an unlikely ally, even if it leads to my end.
Where does your mind go after swearing that oath?
I think it goes to Legazi. She's already made kind of a commitment to Legazi, but not in this manner.
So I've whispered you the next one, so you can just say it rather than repeating me.
Okay. I swear on the cudgel and all that I hold righteous to avenge an enemy and show the justice of mercy.
That is 2. Tell us where your mind goes next.
Strangely, it went to the necromancer, but she's kind of trying to shrug that off and say, no, there's got to be someone else. Maybe the mercy is putting the necromancer down.
And there you go, oath 3.
Conflicting oaths. Okay. And her third oath. Ah, yes. And she swears upon St. Cuthbert and the saints and all that she holds true to break the bane of the palfrey and allow the maiden to rest. And with that, she thinks of her sister in arms who's not far away.
You can see that she's a ghost and obviously cannot cry. And yet there are tears in her eyes. And as you do that, there is a pulse of light in the shield, in the center, that spreads out amongst that cross that is so favored by the cult of St. Cuthbert. And even in the depths of this very, very dark place, you can feel the connection with your God. And manifested as you feel a connection with this mace. The mace is called Oath Keeper.
Nice.
And at present, it is a bludgeoning weapon that does 1d8 damage, plus your strength modifier, obviously, and plus whatever else you want to go in. And in addition, what you may do, Alisha, is you may swear by Cuthbert's cudgel you will fall, and doing so will name something as your enemy. They remain your sworn enemy until they die, or until dawn 7 days later. You can only have one such sworn enemy at a time, so be cautious in who you swear is your enemy. And when your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn. When you make melee attacks with this weapon against your sworn enemy, you have advantage on the roll, and they cannot benefit from cover, and if you hit, they take 3d6 bludgeoning damage in addition to your regular melee damage.
Awesome.
While your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with other weapons. So again,
You've got to use the Oathkeeper.
when you swear that, be cautious. There is more. You have sworn an oath using an Oathkeeper weapon at a shrine called the Oathkeeper's Shrine. And as such, when you keep these oaths and fulfill them, Oathkeeper will open more of its powers to you.
Oh, damn. I thought of this Necromancer and Mercy.
As that is not what you swore, though.
No, yes.
The 3 oaths that have been sworn, and they must be fulfilled. You need not attune yourself to the weapon. St. Cuthbert has done that for you. So you are free to use this weapon henceforth. And as you rise, the Shield Maiden lays her spectral hand on your shoulder and says, "Welcome, Oathkeeper."
Okay.
And she says, "Any companions who travel with a fellow Oathkeeper are welcome here. I will do my utmost to keep them as safe as I would, as if the oath protecting this shrine was as to save their lives.
My thanks, sister. I will go and get my friends.
One more
and
thing.
I will keep my oaths. Especially that last one.
Sister, she looks you up and down. I thank you. I think that not an appropriate raiment for an oath keeper. And
it's the best that I've been able to come up with.
She lays her hand on you once again and points her spectral hand off in this corner here. And you realize that there is a skeleton slumped against the side there. Long ago, reduced to bones. But what remains is a set of plate armor, identical to what she wears. And she says, I think this more appropriate, sister.
Definitely more appropriate.
Oh.
So.
It's Christmas, don't tell anybody.
So as Alisha is once again, I'm assuming she's going to put this stuff on.
Yeah, I think she will go over to the skeleton and she doesn't know who it is, or can she tell?
It's obviously her.
Okay, so it's the ghost's in person. Okay.
It is her mortal remains.
So then, Alisha will strip the skeleton of the armor, and then I think she'll take the skeleton, wrap it up in her cloak, and move the remains into this chamber.
Okay.
And lay it neatly. She can't put it, probably won't put it in the sarcophagus because that would be defaming the...
It's not a sarcophagus, it is a shrine.
It's a shrine? Okay.
Yeah.
So then maybe just to the side of the shrine and try to arrange it nice and neat. And then say a prayer or two over it, the remains.
Okay. She watches you do so. And you may remove your leather armor and drag and drop plate armor from the compendium.
Never gonna be silent again. Great.
No sneaking, yeah.
No sneaking. Great. Now you're a liability, Alisha.
So the Shield Maiden will go and take up her position of watch once again and allow you an opportunity to collect yourself before you go and rejoin your companions. And why don't you tell us what is going through Alisha's mind now that she finally has the familiar weight of mailed armor on her once again?
I won't say it's completeness, because she tries not to feel like she was missing something. But she definitely was not. She was not in her element prior with such light armor on, and this is, the workings and feel of how she's worn the accoutrements and the armor of St. Cuthbert since first becoming a paladin.
Oh yeah, and this is perhaps even there is nothing, perhaps something amazing about this. There's nothing magical about this armor whatsoever. This woman, whoever she was, it's not like she was a hero or a head of an order or anything like that. She was just a devoted soldier who fell and refused to leave her post.
Cool.
She didn't even pick up the magical weapon to use, it seems. So, Alisha, what do your companions see when you finally go back down the corridor to rejoin them?
I think she'll have probably also like cleaned off the armor a little bit before putting it on, just so that it.
There's a lot of dust and spider webs and whatnot.
Spider webs and stuff, yeah. So she's got this like, they probably hear her before they see her, and it's like cling, clang, cling, 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 and it's like the plates tapping together as she walks, and then she comes around the corner, and she's holding this like giant, heavy mace in her hand, and wearing full plate armor. And she's like, I found us a place to rest.
Awesome.
Okay. Then
And she looks to Legazi and she's like, I have spoken for you on behalf of, or I vouch for you with the spirit. Don't give me reason to regret that.
she studies you and just nods as if, all right. So, if you guys all head down the corridor.
Surprise! The shield maiden takes one look at Shuktu and goes, It comes at me. Not who you'd expect to piss her off.
And, you know, tell me if I've got this wrong, Dave, but I feel like this is the first time they've realized just how tall Alisha actually is.
Yeah, well, no, you would have known is that she's tall before, but you...
What I more mean is that she would not have been standing up to her full height before.
Yeah. Now she's like back straight and feeling proud kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. The familiar weight of all that armor once again. So,
does Oathkeeper have a magical bonus of any kind? I'm just
+2. +2 to hit, +2 to damage.
And that goes just beside the strength modifier?
I think, hold on, let me take a look at... Where are we here? We had on Sunday a mystery modifier show up on
or maybe I should have just added maybe we should have just added a heavy mace and then changed the name.
Let's see here.
Because that would have all the
data.
data.
A heavy mace actually doesn't exist in... or at least it doesn't do 1d8 damage. That's correct. That's correct. Okay, and magical bonus is 2. There you go. So that should be correct now.
Okay, so then I take this 2 out here.
Yeah. Because it should be a total. Let's see here. You're 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be right. +8 with Oathkeeper, and then if you an extra 2d6, 3d6, extra 3d6 against your sworn enemy.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you all come in here, you are seeing the same thing that she did. This spectral woman says nothing to any of you. She seems neither accusatory nor threatening, but she is watchful.
Alisha says to the southwest, down that corridor, there is a shrine, an Oathkeeper shrine to St. Cuthbert. Unless you're going to specifically pay homage to the Palfrey family, don't necessarily need to go down there.
I think you would know that they shouldn't be down there. In fact,
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Oath Creeper Shrine
just
is
me.
not it is a place for one purpose.
Okay, it's for me. Okay, never mind. So then she would have said, like, that's off limits. Going down that hallway would be dangerous. But we're safe here from any and all threats. Let me rest. Regain your abilities.
So here's the question then: is it's been 4 hours or so since you guys slept, got up, and came here. So, like, you're not gonna be able to complete a long rest for a while. Are you just trying to have a short rest here?
Right. Or do we want to, get some other stuff done and return here?
We could do that. There's I think a short rest would be good for right now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So then, during this short rest,
Gain back anything that is a short rest ability.
yeah, anything that refreshes on a short rest, you're free to do. And then, in addition, you can spend hit dice to regenerate stuff that regenerates on a long rest. So first off, you can spend hit dice, obviously, to recover if you like. Your bard's not here, so you're not going to get the benefit of their addition. But you can also spend 2 hit dice to recover a single use of a class ability that recovers on a long rest. So I think
How long is a long rest? Is it enough for me to? I'll have all my hit points back. Right?
you are not going to be able to complete your long rest. You guys do
No,
not.
sorry, the short rest. That's what I meant.
Short
How long
rest is
the
an
short rest?
hour.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
I roll every hour
For
my ring of regeneration.
oh no, you get what is it? You get a flat amount back every 10 minutes, don't you?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's a set amount that the Ring of Regeneration gives back.
Oh, yeah.
If I
I
recall.
posted it in chat last time because it doesn't.
Oh no, it is. You're right. No, you're absolutely right, Jeff. It's so give us a
1d6 every 10 minutes. Okay.
So give us a 6d6 roll, please.
Yeah, so it should be enough.
It should be enough. Yeah. I forgot about the ring.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, okay.
17. Nice.
Oh, barely, though. That was a terrible roll.
Sorry, I used a good roll up.
But you're back up to
the-
full. So does anyone wish to spend any hit dice to either heal themselves a bit or to regenerate things that only come back on a long rest?
I'm gonna do a hit dice healing.
Okay.
So there's a button in the hit dice box. If you click on the hit dice word,
Yep.
it'll roll your hit dice and add your con bonus.
Yep. You get 5
doing
back from the
that.
first one. Nice.
Ooh, that's good. 18. Almost full.
Okay.
Legazi.
Oh, on a short rest as well, I think you get your... Let me double check. I think you get your strength or your hit point damage back, Shuck 2.
I was gonna ask. I would assume it's a long rest, but
Oh, it is a long rest. Shoot. Let me double check. Because I don't think... so I'm just going to make sure it doesn't change between the types.
there's nothing there's nothing stated in the resting section of the rules.
No,
So
it's in a...
It might be in the spell itself or the.
It's in the
thing itself.
monster manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long rest you need in order to...
Yeah. So, but I could still spend I'm at 37 of 42.
But you know what you could do is you could spend...
I could spend a cure wounds and then I'll. No, I don't get spell slots back.
You could spend 2 hit dice and then regain your lost hit points back. The hit point max. Because that's as if you completed a long rest.
That's pretty good. Because that increases your maximum too, right?
It would put it
well,
back
he's
to
saying
normal,
it'll restore my hit point maximum. Although, fucked if I remember. God damn it! Did I not write down? And 3 weeks ago, Andrew, I hate you so much.
Oh,
Because I took it down, and do you think I made a little note for myself to indicate what it had
no
been?
problem. That's why we had the PDF. It's 5e. Like we don't roll for it, so it'll
Oh yeah, and we started at this level, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me bring up. Hold on, I've got it. I got the folder open. Right there.
You can also just go and check a past episode and see what your hit
No,
points are.
that's why we have the PDFs of these characters, right?
Yeah. Hit points 60.
Yeah, there you go.
Level 8. There we
The
go.
heavy mace, two or one-handed, Kev?
So it's actually versatile. So it's one-handed is 1d8, and if you choose to wield it in two hands, I think it does 1d12. Let me double check here. I'm just basically reskinning a longsword for it because there's not really a good
Bludgeoning weapon.
Yeah, there's not something a similar weapon for this longsword. 1d10, versatile 1d10. So it'd be 1d10 in two hands, 1d8 in one hand.
Okay.
So,
So, Kev, am I, just to clarify then, I'm expending 2 hit dice in order to regain my
Yes.
lost ones, or am I rolling it and I need to score something?
no,
to
just you're
regain?
spending. So one of the things from Uncharted Journeys, this is during your short rest, you can spend hit dice to regenerate, to regain class abilities. I'm just letting you do another thing that you would get on a long rest using that
So
same
I'll just
expenditure.
reduce it by 2. I don't need to actually roll it. And then
Yeah, you've taken 5 points of damage. So is 6-0 your normal maximum?
according to the PDF, that's what I started
so
at level 8.
Put it back up to 60 and put your current at 55.
Okay. Because that would be the similar ratio.
Exactly. You just not
Okay.
ratio.
And
it'll be the same
up.
flat amount that you lost.
Okay, and not to belabor or take up more time here then, but like, could I then? Is that my choice? I either do that or I roll to regain some hit points.
You can also
or can
spend.
I also
yeah.
now?
If you want to
Okay.
spend another hit dice, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
That's 5 hit points. You know what? I'm okay. It's 5 hit points.
Okay.
I mean, yes, that literally when you only have 5 left, that could be
And I think
a different story.
with respect to your spell slots, you can spend hit dice equal to the spell level of the slot if you wish to regain the slot. But there's a whole lot of keep left. There's a whole lot of orcs and probably some undead and at least one demon. So I'll leave it to you to decide whether you'll need those hit dice for something else.
Yeah, I have 3 left. I feel because I have 8 in total. I only have 3 left. I think maybe we'll keep those there and handy in case.
Okay. All right. What is the topic of conversation while you guys are resting? What's happening to Legazi's hit points? That's weird. I'm not seeing Legazi's
I'm
health
seeing
bar.
49 out of 52.
Yeah, that's weird. Could it be? Let's do this here. Boom. There she is.
Oh my god, she's multiplying.
Nice.
Kill it with fire.
She's a transporter duplicate. I made this joke in the weekend, but I think Andrew will appreciate it. She's going to go and join the Maquis now.
Or she's Mirror Universe, one of the two.
Yeah, it could be too. So then, the Shield Maiden keeps watch in silence during this entire hour. Do you guys talk about anything? I mean, you've just seen Alisha now walk down here and come back with
Alisha,
a brand new weapon.
Do you care to explain? How have you come upon these not vestments, but this garb, this armor, this weapon? Who the fuck is this? you know, like, was Legazi correct? Are you connected through your order?
One thing I'll tell you too, Shuk2 and Cal, you can both see clearly that the armor that Alisha is wearing is identical to the armor that the Shield Maiden is wearing. And when I say identical, I don't mean it's the same make. I mean like the same imperfections, the same dents precisely. Yeah.
Right.
Alisha says, my shield sister who guards the shrine down yonder hall has offered me the armor that she wore in life. as for this, and she holds up the heavy mace, she's like, this is Oathkeeper. And I swore 3 oaths. And now Oathkeeper is mine. And I have 3 oaths to fulfill. And
what are those? If you are allowed to share.
I don't know if she's. I think she looked at the ghostly, the apparition, and like, is this something? Is this a private? Are the oaths private?
Are you asking her that, or you know what? You would know one or the other because you've like your oaths seem to come from within. There's nothing restricting you. If you wish to share them, you're certainly free to do so. If you wish to keep them private, completely a decision on your part.
Okay.
There is no need to be evangelical about it, but I mean, these are your companions, so sharing what your goals are,
yeah,
there may be value in that.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the first one, Kev? I didn't read. It wasn't in the notes.
One was to protect.
First one was to fulfill a promise to an unlikely ally.
Yes. I'll just speak plainly about them. I don't need to give all the flourish that she gave. She'll be like, the first oath is to fulfill a promise to an unlikely ally. And she looks over at Legazi. And then she's like, I also will avenge an enemy and show the justice of mercy. And I will break the bane on the palfrey and allow the maiden to rest. And she'll look over at the apparition.
So the thing is, the second one was what came to you when you thought of Legazi. That first one was different. The first one was when you had thought of all the things you had gone through to come here.
No, the first one was. I thought the first one I had thought of Legazi. That was.
Second one you thought of Legazi.
Avenging
You
an
thought
enemy.
about the necromancer.
No, yeah, avenging an enemy and showing the justice. I thought of the necromancer, and I was like, oh crap! Why
It was
did I
the
think of?
third one you thought of the necromancer.
No, the third one's breaking the bane of the palfrey.
No, I realize that, but that's not what you were thinking of. What you were thinking of at the time was to break the bane of. You were told me you were thinking of the necromancer.
Okay. So yeah, I think there's just some. Alisha's just kind of. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I feel more like myself, if that means anything.
It does make sense.
It
I feel
does.
more like a true paladin again. And Chael won't be the only one with difficulty skulking. But I'll also be better to hold the line now that I'm equipped so.
I dare say you will. He looks. I look you up and down. I've already said it out of character, but I'll say it in character too. I also dare say you're going to be a fright bit louder.
Mm-hmm. Harder to hit,
Tougher.
and I'll be hitting a little harder too.
You certainly seem to have. Your spirits seem higher, friend.
They are. They are. And I feel more focused. The oaths are synonymous with the path where we've been on, so but it gives me greater focus to know that I'm committed to certain paths.
There was a darkness about you when we met. A brooding darkness, and if you do not mind my saying so, you seem focused. You seem I believe you. You seem focused. You seem present. You seem lighter, hopeful, even.
I am. Thank you. I'm glad that that's noticeable.
So then, with your... Unless there is anything else you wish to discuss during your rest...
I might ask, if you've made these oaths and you carry this weapon called Oathkeeper, who does keep you to your oaths? What happens if you fail to keep them?
The Shield Maiden answers for you. She will not.
Oh.
I was thinking the same thing. I will not.
I mean, you may say it at the exact same time. That you guys say, yeah. Whatever the Greyhawk equivalent of a Coke is, you owe one to each other. So then, after that hour is complete, there is a full ruin of evil to cleanse. What do you guys wish to do next?
I'm assuming I'll talk to Alisha again. Or I'll turn to the Shield Maiden. I don't anticipate she'll actually answer me, but I'm assuming you're not coming with us. You're staying here. Shuktu has no idea how this shit works, so
yeah. she looks at you and like there's neither an expression of anger or friendship or whatnot. She just seems to look almost through you. She does look in your direction, and then simply trains her eyes back on the corridor from which you came.
She'll be staying here.
A pity. She could also be useful with what we're about to do.
Indeed. Legazi, the orcs in the western chamber prior to the portcullis, they're not your people, correct?
None of my people survive.
And do you have any apprehension with us working our way up the...
You may kill as many of them as you wish. But the necromancer...
I just want to test this out.
...is mine. So what would you guys like to do?
Let's go kill some orcs. Some necromancer orcs.
Yeah, that's... We gotta find them, but yeah. Let's...
What is our room? Do we know the way up? Sorry, Andrew.
Legazi does.
The far side. But unless you wish to be facing them on both sides, we should choose our... And if you wish to join her, and she gestures towards the spirit, we should pick our confrontations more carefully.
You know, I'm not eager to be stuck here for the eternity. I agreed to bring you folk here, and I will help you in your cause, but kind of like to leave again once we're done.
And there is the training hall. And the Undercroft. One of the necromancer's minions had laid claim to it.
The Undercroft, sorry?
To the west, as you say. The place you passed.
Type of church or crypt, I believe.
Okay.
To the west of the entrance to this place.
So a minion, like one. So okay. Another like lieutenant kind of dealio.
One gifted as your sorcerer was.
Great.
He should be silenced first. He can work great magics.
Let's seek him out. Destroy him.
Then, what would you guys like to do?
Well, let's reconnoiter a bit.
We're gonna kite the orcs back to this chamber and
Oh, you saw that now?
they'll
Yeah, I was
never.
like, well, wait a minute. It seems to have been working for her so far. Let's just bring the whole army here.
Oh, thanks so much, Nelson. That's very kind of you.
Oh,
No, very
wow.
grateful. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, and thank you for joining us for the sessions as well. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. So,
Yeah, I say let's like reconnoiter a bit, and by that I suppose Kalador and I should probably do some of that. you
Well,
just hang tight here for a minute.
I'm the only one who's not sneaky anymore. So
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
Legacy's also
Legacy
pretty
too
sneaky.
can. But yeah, I get a sense of if this lieutenant or sorcerer type is actually in the space, and maybe get a sense of if we can get some
you
sort
definitely
of
heard orcs in there.
multiple. Cool.
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
There was between at least 6 or 7 you heard.
All right. Well, I'll start making my way out there then.
Okay. Mount up again on Beetlebait.
Yeah.
Go this-
Beetlebait was quite happy to be sitting in here.
Why?
Let me know when.
So this is the exit back into
Yeah, we started here.
Yep. And where she
I
is
might-
describing as the Undercroft is in this room right here.
Okay. At this point, I might, like, there's a pillar here. I might and scuttle up to the ceiling.
Okay.
My usual
Sure.
thing.
Yep.
Obviously, I've reconnected myself to Beetlebait, and I'm secure, so I can draw my bow and everything if I need to.
Yep.
Could I sneak up to the door and
Yeah.
actually, Cal, why don't you? I will whisper or use Thieves' Cant or something. Or I don't have that. Never mind.
Yeah. You're just sneaky like a rogue, not.
Yeah, I know that guy's Thieves' Cant is stuck
I
in
love
a
the idea of
permanent
like
state.
you attempting some kind of. And Cal's like, what? What is?
Yeah. Hello?
I think maybe before we exit the corridor, then I'll have maybe said this. Kalador, why don't you focus on this door, see if you can hear anything else. I'm gonna go head down here and see if there's another entrance that we need to be aware of, or so we're not caught off guard.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go down here,
Okay.
peek around the corner, maybe.
And what do you see there, Sharkdam?
A very long and empty corridor, similar to the one we came from down here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming I can see that there are little indents that suggest there are doors.
Correct. Yeah. So-
I'll signal to Cal, like I'll do something like this, and point down the hallway to indicate door.
Okay. Cal, why don't
Surely
you give
that
us
is
a...
easy to understand.
Now, first off, Cal, do you speak Orcish? Again, that's the one thing. You guys could feel free to add that too. Maybe I'll make sure I mention at the start of next session before we get going. You guys can add all your languages because it's on the PDF, but not on the.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
It's on your PDF, but it's not
better
on.
just check real quick.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
make sure. I don't think so, but where's the PDFs are? Oh, they're not in here.
No. We actually found we had issues with the PDFs on the weekend
Oh, okay.
most
Yeah.
recently. So, hold on, I can check for you. I think I've got Cal. I had him open recently. I think as recently as last week, didn't I? Where are we here?
Andrew, you doofus. I had all of them listed except, gnomish. I'd be that gnome that can't speak his own language.
Where's companion? Nope. Oh boy, I don't know if I had it open. Well, there's Alisha. Sorry guys, my memory is apparently playing tricks on me. I thought that I had it open the PDF last week, but apparently I'm a vicious liar. Let me check here. I think. Go. And... Right below... Oh, for Pete's sake, I don't know where I saved 5e Night Below. My goodness. Here we go. Okay, it's not in there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Cal. All right, Cal, you speak English, Common, Aarakocra, and Dwarven.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna add that. Elvish.
All right, so you won't be able to understand what is being said. Shuktu, I think you do speak Orcish, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead and give us each of you a perception check with advantage, please. You have plenty of time to sit and listen here.
Yeah, and I would probably call him over if I heard it. I do know that he's...
Thank goodness for advantage. I don't know if 15's enough, but sure.
15 is certainly enough, yeah, for here.
Sorry, perception. Ooh.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh.
So you are actually able to pick up that there are 6 distinct voices in here. Yeah. One of them seems to be the one who is speaking with the most authority. And there's another that seems to have like a gurgling, strange quality to their vocal cords. And Shuktu, when you listen in on this, you can't discern quite as clearly how many there are, but this is just typical Orcish bullshitting.
Oh. Okay.
They're not, they seem to be just hanging out in here.
Even the weird voiced one?
A 15 was good enough to pick up. Yeah, I think even
that's fair.
If Cal points it out to you, then you maybe are like, yeah, that is kind of strange. Even his voice still seems to be no different from the others.
Okay. I'm gonna creep a little bit more towards this door down here.
Okay.
Is it open or closed?
Oh, closed.
In that case, I'll continue.
Hold on there. I need to make a surreptitious. Yep. Oh, I should use my Brancolonia dice. 220s.
Should I be?
It's even better than.
Should I be? If I'm trying to be quiet and sneaky, should I?
I have actually been rolling secret stealth checks for you guys.
Cool. That's great.
If you prefer to think of it elsewise, I've been rolling listen checks for people targeting your stealth scores. So whatever way you choose to think of it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're listening, I think, more to the point, too, you're also listening for anything coming down. From what Lagazi tells you, the stairs up are not far from here.
Yeah, if I may, then I might continue along the ceiling. I want to move down the corridor a little bit more to see what is down there to
Sure.
get a sense of where those stairs are and where a threat might come from. So I'll just go right up to the edge for now.
Go ahead. Keep on moving.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sneak around the corner.
Oh, and look at that.
Okay.
So great news. First, and most importantly, Shuktu has found the loo.
Of course he did.
That right there is the privy.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Love me a castle map that remembers to include them. It's just like spaceships where they forget to include the head.
And I can't really see the outline. I gotta go into the room to see the room, I guess. Okay.
Oh, maybe the door's
That's
closed. Hold on. I'll open the door for you. Because there's absolutely no way the orcs would think to close the...
what do they want privacy for?
Excuse me.
There you go.
Occupied.
I just can't go when you're watching. Ruktar, turn around, would you? Come on. God, you're making it so weird.
Who didn't replace the TP?
So there are the stairs that are heading up.
Yeah.
And there, of course, is the loo. And yet another set of doors.
Lovely. Cool.
Whatever place this undercroft seems to be, it does appear that it's a place that's intended to have lots of access. You also can see there are two sets of doors leading down into that room to the south, which you would guess, it's only been a matter of an hour and change for Shuktu. You may remember that's probably the room you looked into where that initial wave of orcs came from.
Yep. The first wave was hiding in there. Okay. Although that suggests, it's been an hour, so that doesn't mean that anyone couldn't have gone in there yet. Although, if, I don't know, just kind of logicking this out a bit, is it reasonable for me to think, too, that if it's been an hour and if a patrol had come down, we didn't really do anything with the bodies. They're still just sitting at the top of that staircase. If anyone had come by and seen a bunch of dead orcs, they probably would have risen an alarm by now. Mm-hmm. So that's just knowledge that I'm thinking.
How long ago was that? We rested an hour plus time walking around?
About probably an hour, 20 minutes.
At most an hour and 20 minutes, yeah.
I'll make my way back over to Cal. Let him know about the other entrances. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Lugosi did suggest we should be cautious, but
she will tell you as well. I mean, if you thought to ask, the croft is not one large room. There are pillars within.
Mm-hmm.
There are places behind which they can hide, behind which we could hide.
Yeah. If we somehow... I mean, we need to consider that Alicia's no longer quiet. So once we commit to this, she's going to make noise. But we may be able to use that to our advantage. If Alisha were to enter through this door, because she would need to be... the most she'd be able to conceivably stay quiet for would be the distance from that hallway to this door. I don't trust her to stay quiet after that, but if she's going in this door, maybe we rely on her to make a big entrance and a lot of noise while you and I are sneaking and hiding behind the other two doors to enter, and we come in from behind. It splits us up, but might give us a bit of a drop on some of the orcs in there and get some sort of surprise or advantage on some of them, which may help us spread them out or distract them. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should hit them quick, and they've always come upon us at inopportune times. Maybe it's our turn to come upon them when they are not prepared.
Yeah, let's flip the tables a bit.
And you'll have no problem understanding when I enter the room. I can make sure that it's loud enough that you can hear from down the hall.
No, of that I have no doubt. Legazi could, we'll leave it to her to join as she wills, like where she prefers to enter from, but perhaps at the furthest end, because if we are splitting up, whoever goes to the furthest end is, of course, at the highest risk because they are further away from the rest of us and help. So maybe if she and I perhaps go to the far end, and you, Cal, take the middle, you're hardier than I am, and then that way.
Why don't you all stay together and just go through the middle?
Like a phalanx.
Is there really that much benefit to getting to the far end of the room? If they charge me at this close door, you'll have that much more ground to cover.
That's also a fair point. I had thought if, because we don't have any way to knowing where they are in the room right now, if we jump in and there's a bunch of them at the far end, I thought us entering at that end could keep them there and away from you. But that's a good point too.
Assume they'll run to me at the closed doors, and you just need to get behind them.
That's fair. Going in the middle cuts the distance, but runs the risk that although all the more reason for all of us, the rest of us, to go together, because then whoever enters in the middle, there is also the risk that they could be entering and immediately be surrounded because the orcs could be on either side of the door. But if all three of us are entering from that entrance, then that might mitigate that risk.
Let's go.
Okay.
So, Alisha, you are positioning yourself at the rightmost door. Would you give us a stealth check, please, at disadvantage?
I'm going to let them go down the hallway first.
Okay.
And as soon as they go around the corner, then I'll go, because...
Okay.
That's a good point. Just in case the walk over there does not go well.
Yeah, otherwise we might line up at this doorway.
And Cal, I'm going to stay on the ceiling when we go in, so we could all enter at the same time that way, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Count the first square going in, then, Shuk2, as difficult terrain.
Sure. Yeah, because you're going to
kind of crawl
the threshold or the frame of the door.
Precisely, yeah.
Well...
Clang, 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 clang.
Does Alisha speak Orcish?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
She hasn't picked that up in the time she's been here? No. So, I think in the film version of this, we would see one of the orcs looks over and in subtitling says, "What was that?" And the answer to that, of course, is what we'll find out in 1 week's time. So, first off, XP for today. Outstanding role-playing, Dave. That was really, really great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And let's see here.
I was going to start writing down the oaths that she was going to say. I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to wing it.
Hell yeah. That is always appreciated. So what, let's hear. I think, guys, everyone is going to walk away with, let's say 500 XP for today. That was a heck of an achievement, finding that place and successfully completing a short rest. And that nat 20 on your persuade check, too, just to kick things off. Well done.
That was awesome.
Am I allowed to volunteer some of my XP to reward Dave for a really cool...
He did get a pretty badass weapon, and he got a pretty badass set of armor, so I think he has already been... Yeah.
That's a good point. I will take my 500 and enjoy it.
Join me at 9th level soon.
Yes. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 197. The road to 200 continues. 4 more sessions, guys. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the... Wow, that's pretty close. Less than 3,000 to go. Holy smokes. I wonder what you're going to get from a successful scrap with these orcs. In addition, there is a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and there are channels there dedicated to this campaign, this game, and most of the games we run on the channel. There is also tons of other great channels like Virtual Tabletops, or Finding a Group, or GM Discussion, or Board Game Discussion, or whatever. Lots of great people over there. You are more than welcome to join us. There is also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a great selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have in stock something that is listed in their catalog, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And when you, if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code FALLMUSER, all caps, all one word, and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. If you're listening to this after January 15th, 2024, come back to one of our more recent videos and you'll find what the updated discount code is. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. All donations through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help the kids who benefit from their services. And over this past year, the generous donors have helped us shape our year-long Year of Ill Omens campaign that we wrapped up this past Saturday. So if you would like to see the 6-part adventure that the donors through this past year have helped shape by voting on what game we're playing, what era we're in, what characters we're playing, and what geographical location we're in, you can follow us across space and time as our heroes have, of 6 different eras, have helped to... What do they do in general? I wouldn't... To say more would spoil. I would say it's best to start from the beginning and work your way through. We have a playlist for all those sessions, and we're going to have something fun planned for next year as well to thank the generous donors to that campaign. But again, all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. The last thing I will say tonight is an enormous thank you to our stalwart heroes. And I'll go in reverse order here. So first off, Andrew and Jeffrey... And lastly, Dave, who has waited for, let's see, about 6 months to finally see Alisha get geared up the way that the rest of our heroes have been. So thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. This was a really, really fun session. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. So, for those listening at home, we will be back in 1 week's time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours, take your mind off the troubles of our world, and think about not the troubles, think about the heavy oaths that our heroes have sworn to uphold. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.